Gotta give the Saints all the credit in the world. They came ready to play. Absolutely embarrassed us today, and you can't do that against a well-coached and quality football team. Our guys are gonna have to take a long, hard look in the mirror. It starts with myself. Obviously, didn't get these guys ready to play ball, and that's what happens when you go out there and play like that against a good football team. So give the Saints all the credit. They came ready to play, had a great plan, and executed.
You just said what happened, but how did that happen today?
I mean, just how it happened. I mean, turnovers, penalties, lack of execution, can't get off the grass on defense. I think there was, before that 2-minute drive, we had 12 plays on offense. They're up 17-0, and we go down, and you're feeling good getting 3 points to make it a 2-possession game, and then you start out the second half and you move the ball and you get down there, and we have the turnover. So you can't do that, and then it just snowballs, and we obviously didn't get, I don't even know how many stops we had of their offense the entire day. So it was just all around poor performance. That starts with myself. Obviously didn't get these guys ready to play.
Man, the red zone interception, Aaron had pressure up the middle. Was there anything he could have done there?
No, I mean, he threw to the right guy. Devontae was open. He threw to the right guy. He got pressure up. I thought it was on the right side. Regardless, they got him off the spot, and he had to make an off-platform, off-balance throw, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah, are you shocked? I mean, like you guys were so optimistic going in, based on what you had, how you had practiced. Are you shocked by this performance? Is that fair to say?
I'd say so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very humbling, to say the least.
What did you tell the guys after that? In the locker room?
I just said, we'll find out what we're all about. We talk about, in the face of adversity, staying together, not flinching. That's exactly what we have to do, and we have to get back to work. This isn't going to magically repair itself. The only way that I believe that you bounce back from any defeat, any setback, whether it's in football or it's in life, is you put in the work. And so that's what we got to do.
Any positives from this game?
None that come to mind right now. I mean, the positive is it's a long season in the National Football League. 17-game season. So whether you lose the game 38-3 or 38-37, it's all the same, and you got to bounce back.
Offensively, you guys were so good situationally, third down and red zone last year. What do you think was lacking with the execution there today?
Well, you got to start with looking at your plan for what you had for them. So I would say that's where we start, and then how well did we execute the plays, and were there opportunities to be made, within those plays. Obviously, we didn't execute, but I think we're all going to start to look right at the plan first.
Matt, it's easy to make a correlation between resting your starters for most of the preseason and then coming out flat in the opener. What's your response to that? Is there anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I think you question every decision you make when you put a performance like that out there. We haven't had too many of those. I think offensively a couple years ago, week 1 Chicago was one that comes to mind, but our defense absolutely dominated, and we stayed in the ball game. And today, when you get both sides of the ball that are doing that, you get your ass whipped 38-3. So that's just what happened.
And obviously you're going to have to play without David for a while, but what are you going to do with this offensive line? What can you do that are showing it today?
It felt like, until that moment, it felt like the protection was pretty decent. But until you go back and look at it, because a lot of times my eyes aren't even focused on the rush. But yeah, it was not good enough. We didn't run the ball. We didn't even really attempt to run the ball enough. So that's my fault.
Matt, on the 4th and 1 from your own 22, was Mercedes supposed to be the option until it seemed like he kind of fell down?
Yeah.
What was your take on the roughing pass around the tee?
You trying to get me in trouble?
Just asking.
because of what's happened in New Orleans and Louisiana with the storm, did those guys come out with just a little bit more intensity? Did you feel that all in the first half?
Well, they obviously came out with a lot more intensity than we did. They were the hungrier team, and that's disappointing. Especially when you have a team like we feel we have, the leadership. But ultimately, I did a pretty bad job getting these guys ready to play.
Was there anything the past couple of weeks leading up to this that felt off in any way, or was there any forewarning that something like this was even possible?
No.
Matt, in your experience, are these games lost kind of beforehand, however, or with the turnovers and the events in the game?
Well, you know, like I said, at halftime, I felt pretty fortunate to only be down 2 scores, and then we were moving the ball, and we had the turnovers. So, you know, hindsight's 20/20. You can look at a million different things that went on, and you know, I think those are all justified. You know, just how we approached the preseason. You feel good going into a game, having the majority of your guys healthy and available, and then you go out there and put a performance like that together. I think it's you're right to question everything that we decided to do.
Hey man, Aaron Rodgers looked so sharp during camp. What do you think happened there today?
You know, until I go back and look at it, I mean, I don't have a ton of answers for you in regards to whether or not we had guys open. I think they had a nice plan. You could tell that they were going to play a lot of 2-man type coverages to take away Tay and some of the other weapons. And I think when you have teams that are going to do that to you, you better be able to run the football. And we didn't even really attempt to run it that much, which is my fault ultimately as the play caller.
You were asked about the roughing the passer penalty on Z, but just the fact that he was able to play today, how did that come about? When did you realize that he was going to be able to give it a go?
Well, you know, he said he felt good last night, and then we made him work out this morning before the game, and he said he felt good in that, so we decided to let him play.
There were reports that the Saints picked a Florida venue based on some of Aaron Rodgers' past results. How much do you feel the venue, the heat, any of that played a part?
And I think those are all great excuses for us that we will not even go near.
2 more, please.
Do you know if Savage or DeGuara is anything serious, their injuries?
I'll have an update for you tomorrow.
Good. Thank you.
All right, guys, have a great night.